I always worried about how people would see me. From now on, I have decided to live my life as I am. It's a choice I made for myself. I'm anxious, but I'm not complaining. No matter how I live, I supported myself. When I look back in the path I have taken, what I need is not regret, but evaluations. When I look at the road ahead, I need not worry, but judgment. We all dream of being heroes, heroines, of being something special. But now I'm adulted, desperate to save myself, not the world. I am all halfway adults with halfway ages, halfway backgrounds, halfway competencies, and I live my life pretending to be adults. I do not have to live into the abusive language, rude, offensive language that infests the internet, the teaching that relationships are competitions, the problems of fixed social stratifications, corrupt politics, and hustle of collective societies, difficulty troubled societies, and the highest suicide rate and the lowest birth rate is so unhappy me. Wonder if I am in hell. Full sense of self, but sincerely live with my feet on the ground. I want to live my life on my own feet without jumping onto a whole sense of plans. I am fine as I am, and one who knows me is best from the birth to today that is myself. I should be the best cheerleaders for myself. I think that including taking responsibility for my own life, no matter how I live it. When I feel that way, I will realize that there is no need to change it into anything other than myself. With flexible thinking and ability to act in my hands, I will be able to live a flexible life. I don't know what will happen in the future. I don't think that I can live the way I am now. I live in uncertain times and anxiety is always present. However, no matter what period I live in, the future is always uncertain. What is important is how I live my life and here and now. How I live on the present is the only things I can decide it for myself. When I feel that I'm fine just as I am, I can live a flexible even in a difficult time, even if I pursue my ideas. The reality is that the things do not always turn out the way I want them to. Even if I try my best, sometimes the results are not what I want. There are things in life that I cannot control or change. When I am faced with something hard, it can feel like it will last forever. When that happens, I sit back and wait for the storm to pass. Currently, sometimes my efforts are not rewarded. The right cause-effect relationships does not always hold true. There is no need to be concerned about visible results. The very act of setting the goal and trying is precious. Please have confidence in myself. Everything always comes to be an end at some point. It is important to know how to let go of the anxiety and the despair, not hope, difficulty, warnings that often come in our lives. We are not all living in the same areas, and not all of us have the similar ideas and values. Divisions and disconnections are natural. Rather than trying to eliminate them, we should be tolerant of differences. It is essential to find common ground and seek ways to coexist. Smooth sailings and seemingly rock bottoms at times do not last forever. It may be hard at times, but life is on repetitions. If we can see it that way, we will not be upset by anything. We don't have to be unhappy with just one moment in time. Life is not as it seems, and any outcomes as possible. We must understand it that this is the default. Accept any event as possible. If I prepared for this, I will be able to perceive its life differently. When the time comes, life is determined not by reality itself, but by how I feel and perceive it. It depends on what I point the antenna of my mind to. Do you live your life as fearing the little happinesses in your daily life? Or do you live your life looking for the elements of unhappiness? Which will you choose? Rather than fighting it, choose a way of thinking that makes you feel at ease. It is wise to live the flexible as if riding a big current. What does it mean to live life in one's own way? In today's world of diverse bodies, everyone is seeking to live as they are, but it is not so easy to achieve this. Is there a part of you that is unknowingly trapped in a certain way? Are these thoughts living your own thoughts? Are these bodies or unknowingly bind your thinkings or position that constrain your choices? It is the history that you have built up over the years and the placement of where you are now. By positioning oneself in a three-dimensional map, attempted to the assessed objective, meaning of living one's life can vividly appear. There is a limit to amount of time, strength, and energy one has. You must determine whether it is necessary to spend them or not, whether they enrich your life or not. Then we prioritize not forcing ourselves, not falling back, and valuing our comfort. Only when we are sustaining ourselves, we can have a sense of affirmations that it's okay to be the way we are. Do not judge these things based on whether they are good or bad. We do not judge whether we win or lose, whether we are productive or valuable, or whether we were superior or inferior. The same is true for us. We don't get hurt by trivial little value things, get stories, importance, or fail to forget the others. Don't react to all that happens around you and don't get emotional. No matter what the other person is doing, you should act in the same flexible manners. This will make you a bigger person. Accept that no matter who you are just as you are, just as you naturally are. But becoming judge-free, you will be free from suffering. The road to your destination is never straight and clean. It is bumpy and winding, and that is normal. If the path before you are like that, don't be sad. In fact, the secret is enjoying life is to observe the path carefully. I have done so much for you, but I have received nothing in return, not even not word of gratitude. Being entangled in such thought will only make you more and more vain. There is more meaningful in the fact that you did something than on the result. You are the one who looks at yourself the most. Power harassment is a collaboration between the stupid person who does not consider people as people and a helpless person who does not even want to be treated as normal human beings. What is important for us is not a business card to prove it ourselves, but to be ourselves without the need to prove ourselves and anyone else. Being more aware of the public eye than necessary is like having a surveillance cameras installed in your mind. Be kind to those who are mean to you. We don't need to be nice to people who are mean to us. Don't be miserable myself. Don't be so self-conscious of my own feelings. Don't let pass by as going past to hurt me. Don't be hurted by people passing by. Don't let other people's word deceive me. Don't insult others. Don't make excuses for myself. There is no such thing as a perfect life. No one has a perfect life. You don't deserve it to be judged by them. Don't be too humble or self-conscious. Have the right to respect your own way of life. Happiness is not the goal of life. It's live light, more scenery, natural, beautiful in your life, enriches our lives. Everyone should be happy in their own ways. Prioritize your priorities. Make a clean break with the past. Allow rooms in your life and budget for failure. Still, I am the only one who can understand me. Take an interest in my own happiness. Love what isn't perfect. Ask myself how I am going to live.